man, what a long day of beating up my Shadow Freddy plushie. Even though he's the rarest FNAF plush, I have the biggest fear of the largest Five Nights at Freddy's prototype collection ever, worth over $10,000. What? Prototype Candy Cadet. What are you doing here behind this suspiciously placed chair? I obviously cannot see anything behind this chair, but Prototype Candy Cadet, I'm gonna be so scared if every FNAF prototype ever is right behind this chair. Let me see. In today's video, I'm going to be showing off my entire collection, the largest collection in the world of every Five Nights at Freddy's prototype I own, worth over $10,000. So the first half of the video is me showing off every prototype, and the second half is me explaining where they came from, so you know that they're a official FNAF prototype. So let's start off with all the FNAF prototype plushies, starting off with... So the very first prototypes we're going to be starting off with is the prototype plushies. Probably the coolest prototypes I have. So starting off, we have Prototype Nightmare Foxy with his prototype tag. After Prototype Nightmare Foxy, we have Prototype Tie-Dye Bonnie. After Prototype Tie-Dye Bonnie is Prototype Security Puppet with many differences and his tag. After Prototype Security Puppet, we have Prototype Happy Frog with her tag as well. After Prototype Happy Frog is Prototype Helpy. After Prototype Helpy, we have Prototype Orville the Elephant. After Prototype Orville is Prototype Pig Patch, and those are all the Funko prototype plushies I own, but not all the prototype plushies in general. Next up, we have the Hex prototype plushies, so let's check those out. Starting off with the Prototype Hex Funtime Foxy plushie. The body is very similar, but the head is the main part of this prototype. And after Prototype Funtime Foxy, we have Prototype Funtime Freddy, as well as the Certificate of Authenticity from Dawko himself. Pretty cool, in the date I bought this. So this is Prototype Funtime Freddy with Bonbon and an extra little hand. And those are all the Hex prototypes, but I've one final prototype plushie being a Good Stuff prototype, and that is... Oh man, he is massive! Oh my gosh, look at him compared to a Funko plushie. This is Prototype Candy Cadet from Good Stuff, and this plushie was never even released. All these other plushies were officially released at one point, but this is the only Candy Cadet plush in the world. Good Stuff decided, nah, we don't like him, and we're not gonna make him. So I do own the only Jumbo Candy Cadet. But now, after this, we have a ton of different prototypes, so we're gonna get into the Prototype Funko Pops. So let's clear off some of these plushies to make room, and let's check them out. So the first prototype Funko Pop we have is Prototype Withered Freddy, who's not actually released yet. So after the Withered Freddy prototype, we have the Withered Bonnie prototype Funko Pop, again a character completely unreleased, which is really cool. After Withered Bonnie, we have Mr. Hippo prototype Funko Pop. After Mr. Hippo, we have Balloon Boy, kind of a rare one, a Balloon Boy Funko Pop prototype, and the fifth and final prototype Funko Pop I have after Balloon Boy is a very early test version of Prototype Twisted Bonnie. You can see he was going to have a lot of different designs. So these are the 5 prototype Funko Pops I have, and after this, we're going to check out the Prototype Funko Snap figures. So let's take a look at those, starting off with... So the 3 prototype Funko Snaps I have, the first one is a Prototype Bonnie, who is honestly really cool. I do really like the way he looks, and his inside endoskeleton is still gray colored, which I think is really neat. So after Prototype Bonnie, we have a Prototype Toy Chica Funko Snap. Again, a really cool figure to have. You can see that inside the endoskeleton is still gray, which is really cool. And the third and final Funko Snap prototype is Prototype Circus Baby. Oh my gosh, she's so cool, being fully plain white, and the gray endoskeleton, and the jump scare mask. Honestly awesome. I do only have 3 prototype Funko Snaps, but I do really love them. After this, we're going to check out my prototype Hero World figures, which I surprisingly have a lot of. So let's check out the Hero World figures, starting off with... The first Prototype Hero World figure we have is Prototype Hero World Chica. After Chica, we have Prototype Foxy. Really cool looking. After Foxy is a second Foxy that's just a darker color of this one, and he has no stand. After Foxy, after two Foxys, we have Prototype Nightmare Freddy. Ooh, you really see all of his details. After Prototype Nightmare Freddy is Prototype Nightmare Foxy. Looking really cool to go along with Nightmare Freddy. After Nightmare Foxy is Prototype Mangle, a really big figure to have, but also a really cool one. And the very final Hero World prototype figure I have is Prototype Funtime Foxy from the Sister Location Wave. Really awesome. I'm glad that I get to have these 7 Hero World prototypes. It's really cool, and maybe one day I will have a prototype of every Hero World figure. That's hard to say. That's a lot of words. And now, after these, we're going to check out some of my smaller figures, starting off with the 2-inch vinyl Funko figures. So let's check all of those out, starting off the 2-inch prototype figures, we have Chica. After Chica is Foxy prototype. After Foxy is Golden Freddy. After Golden Freddy is Balloon Boy. After Balloon Boy is Endo 02. And the last one of the first wave is Springtrap prototype. So I have almost all of the first wave of 2-inch figures. I only need Freddy and Bonnie, and then I have them all. So after this is the second wave of 2-inch figures with Prototype Nightmare Freddy. After him is Prototype Nightmare Bonnie. After him is Prototype Nightmare Chica. And the final figure is Prototype Nightmare Foxy. It's really cool. I have all 4 figures, prototype versions of the Nightmare set. And the very final 2-inch figure that I own is a Prototype Funtime Freddy figure. So I really love all these figures. I'm happy that Balloon Boy fell. I'm happy I have almost every single prototype 2-inch figure. And now after this, we're going to check out the Funko keychains. So these were the little, 2-inch keychains Funko released in 2016. With Prototype Freddy keychain. After him, Prototype Bonnie keychain. After him, Prototype Chica keychain. After her is colored Prototype Chica keychain. After her is Prototype Springtrap keychain. And right after him is colored Prototype Springtrap keychain. So I'm only missing the Foxy one, and then I have all of these. After, we're going to check out the Pint-sized hero prototypes, with those being Prototype Pint-sized Chica. After her, Prototype Pint-sized Bonnie. After him, Prototype Pint-sized Foxy. After him, Prototype Pint-sized Balloon Boy. And the final figure I have is Prototype Jumpscare Circus Baby, a really cool one. These are some of the most common prototypes, the Pint-sized heroes. That's why I don't have many, just because they're not too interesting to collect. They all kind of look the same, so I'm not too interested in them. And after this, we're going to check out the Prototype Fight Line figures. So let's check all of those guys out, starting off the Fight Line figures, we have the base Prototype Chocolate Chica. After her is the Mold Test Chocolate Chica, and after her is the first prototype artist painted versions, and the rest of the figures in this line are all the first prototype artist painted versions of the Fight Line figures. So after Chocolate Chica, we have the artist painted prototype Puppet. After him is Prototype Balloon Boy. After Balloon Boy is Prototype Chocolate Bonnie. After Prototype Chocolate Bonnie is Prototype Crying Child. After Prototype Crying Child is Prototype Purple Guy. After Prototype Purple Guy is Prototype Phantom Chica. After Prototype Phantom Chica is Prototype Springtrap. After Prototype Springtrap is Prototype Red Bear. After him is Prototype Lolbit. And the very final figure is Prototype Endo. So these are all of the Fight Line figure prototypes I have, which is quite a lot, which is honestly really cool. And now checking out the very final prototypes of the video, some random one-off miscellaneous prototypes I have. So let's check them out. First off, I have this prototype version of the Funko Racer Fredbear car. You can see he has a lighter pink color, and he's plastic, not metal. After him is a prototype Puppet Cybercell, probably the lamest prototype I have. On the back, it just says sample. That's about it. That's really it. And the final prototypes are these prototype Death Coins. These were sent to me by Stryker themselves and Creator Inc., so these ones were not meant to be given out to the public, which is Death Coin number 2. this death coin, which is the highest numbered death coin ever, death coin number 188, and death coin number 87, like the bite of 87. All three of these were held on specially by like Striker or Creator Inc. or whatever, but yeah, these are special. So now that I've shown off all the prototypes, I am going to now explain what each prototype is to help you guys get a better understanding of them. Don't worry, I'll explain it quick, but just so you guys know what each prototype is and where it came from and how you know it's a legit prototype. So, starting off over here with both Hex plushies, these are obviously legit because you guys saw when I got both of these. The first Funtime Foxy, I got this from PAX West. Dawko himself brought it here and gave it out, and obviously it looks way different than the other one. This Funtime Freddy I won because I won a donation auction where I donated $800 to one of Dawko's charity streams, and in return I got this prototype Funtime Freddy plushie, as well as, I mean, literally a certificate of authenticity. Next up is prototype Candy Cadet plush. Of course, this is a real prototype because, well, a official one doesn't even exist. He has the good stuff tag on him, as well as it says sample on the other side. I got him from a eBay seller who sold him for $1,000 last Christmas. Not the most recent Christmas a couple months ago, but the one over a year ago. He listed him on Christmas Day, and I picked him up for purchase. So he's really cool. Same thing goes for this Nightmare Foxy plushie. This one probably has the craziest backstory out of all the other things. Years ago, I made a video about the Lost Five Nights at Freddy's plushie, which was this one. Funko posted a original image showing a concept design of Nightmare Foxy online, and someone bought this and put this in a toy prototype museum. This person owned a prototype museum, which was kind of lame, and they bought Nightmare Foxy for it, and they said they would never ever sell him, and he would stay in the museum forever, which is really lame, and then the museum went out of business. Hooray! So, you had to sell everything, including a ton of other Five Nights at Freddy's prototypes, but the main ones being Candy Cadet and Nightmare Foxy prototype. He's so cool compared to the official one. He has claws, he has more withering, his ears are slimmer, he has different coloring here, his feet have printing on them, he has the official tag saying he's the first ever Nightmare Foxy prototype, with a ton of changes when he was made, even has withering on the back of him. And all Funko prototype plushies will have this sample tag. So if you have a FNAF plush with the sample tag, that means you got a prototype. The next one is prototype Tie-Dye Bonnie. Pretty simple. I made a video back in 2023 where I went to the licensing expo in Las Vegas. Funko was there showing off the new tie-dye plushies, and I asked, hey, I'm a YouTuber, can I have one of these? And they said, sure, yeah, you can. So they gave me this. They gave me prototype Tie-Dye Bonnie. All the other prototype tie-dyes are out there. Freddy, Chica, Foxy. I just never picked them up. They only let me get one. Next up is prototype Security Puppet. Way different changes to the official one. His mask is actually shiny, and he's made of a nice soft material. Again, he also has the card. This is the third ever prototype of him ever made, as well as the sample date. He's really cool. I got him from some guy on Facebook who just kind of had him for some reason, which is really cool. Next up is all four of these plushies I got at the same time. All of the Pizzeria Simulator ones, being Happy Frog, Helpy, Orville, and Pig Patch, they were owned by a previous Funko employee. This Funko employee, I think, actually designed the plushies, or he worked somewhere in the production line. He got all four of these plushies, and he actually gave them to his kids to play with. That's why they're a little bit damaged, a little bit beat up, like Helpy has these little stains on them. They all have the sample tag. But yeah, he gave them to his kids, and years later, he's like, these might have value. He just sold them on Facebook, and I bought all four of them together for $1,000. So, pretty worth it if you ask me, and Happy Frog has the tag. Next up for these, I bought these two very recently. Someone on eBay just listed them. They had these, like someone who worked at the Funko factory plucked these off the lines, so you're not really supposed to have these, but these are unreleased figures of Withered Freddy and Withered Bonnie. Mr. Hippo, I don't know, some guy just sold them for $80, not that special. There's a Facebook there's a Facebook group on Facebook that sells a bunch of different Funko prototypes. That's where I got this Balloon Boy from. This was just randomly listed on eBay. I have no idea its origins, but this is a very early version of a Twisted Bonnie Funko Pop, which is really cool. He's super heavy, like he's way heavier than a normal Funko Pop because he's not hollow, and he was going to have an entirely different body and ear design compared to the officially released one, which is really cool. I got these three prototype Funko Snap figures from some guy on the Facebook group for the Funko prototypes. He had all three of them, and he sold them to me for really cheap, only $100 a Funko Snap. Now, all of these, I don't really remember where I got each hero world from. I know I got most of them from the Funko Facebook group, like the Funtime Foxy and stuff, but these four, Mangle, Nightmare Foxy, Freddy, and Foxy Without a Base, they were all sold by an eBay seller, and I got them for only $50 each, which is a crazy deal. Next up for these 2-inch figures, they were all sold to me by the exact same person, some person on the Facebook group, except for 3 of them. Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, and Funtime Freddy some guy messaged me on Instagram and he's like, hey, do you want to buy these 1-inch figures for like $100 a figure? And I'm like, no thanks, they're not that cool. And he was like, okay, whatever. So he wanted $300 for them. He put them on eBay for $150 bid. No one else bid but me, so I got these for only $50 each. Yeah, I did not want to take that, and no one else did apparently. These other keychain figures are also sold to me by the same person that sold the rest of the 2-inch figures. They're pretty cool, having some of the colored ones. The pint-sized heroes were just sold to me by random people. I bought them for like $20 each. Prototype pint-sized heroes are not that valuable, guys. Don't pay that much for them. Something really cool is all of these figures were sold to me by the guy who actually made them. One of the head designers at the Funko game section of Funko designed and painted some of these figures. That's why he has all of these. These were never officially given out by Funko. The only way you can get these is from an employee himself. The guy who made these is super awesome. He even sent me some concept art and some concept images of all these figures. I'll put some of those on screen now so you can see these awesome exclusive looks of these figures. This was sold to me by the same guy who sold me these 4 plushies. He also happened to snag this. It's a completely like plastic version of them that were going to be changed. This was sold on Mercari for like $5, and the back said sample, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, I'll pick it up. And these were given to me by Striker and Creator Inc. One was from Creator Inc. They're really nice, they've sponsored me before, and the others were from Striker, and Striker was like, hey Puggo, do you want some death coins? And I'm like, yes, I would like some death coins. So that is every single prototype in this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy watching all these prototypes, seeing everything I have. I know a lot of you guys love my prototype collection, and I wanted to show it off to you guys. So it's really cool. Next week's video is awesome. I let my viewers buy stuff with my credit card stuff. It'll be a really cool video, but I just wanted a calm video showing off all my prototypes because I've never done that before. So I really hope you guys did enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay tuned for more videos, maybe featuring more prototypes. I always buy more, and this is the biggest prototype collection ever, worth over $10,000 because I paid about $1,000 each for these plushies, $1,000 for him, $1,000 for him. I got him for free, and then these figures I paid $100, $500 for, but a lot of them. So that's it for this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you all later. Good. Ugh, that sounded gross. I'm sorry.